Hello, welcome back to another episode of All the Castles, show where we visit all the castles in the UK. I would have done the weird hand thing, but my hands look purple right now for the cold, and it's just weird. Today, we're here at Crake Manor House, near
Appleby, I suppose, is the nearest place.
Appleby. There you go. First try.
Okay. Can you film me?
Yep.
Hi, this is part of the Crake Manor campsite, which is quite friendly. There's a public footpath running right past here, and I think there's no notices telling us we can't have a closer look, which we might need because one of these towers is the remains of the 14th century manor house, and one of them was built late in the 16th century, so we'll have to perhaps get a bit closer to decide which one is which, but it looks like we can do that. There's no keep off notices or anything, so let's hope we can determine which one's which. Well, this is peering in through the window at the southern end. Let's have a look at the roof. Oh yes, that is vaulted. I think this is the medieval end. Would you not agree? Well, no, you can.
I mean, I'm not really an expert on medieval architecture, but
yeah,
seems most likely to
I think this looks older than that one. We'll go around the back and see if there's more clues, but I think this is the remains of the medieval tower.
I feel as though somebody's gonna like jump.
Now across the front here, this looks much more like, they look much more like 16th, 17th century windows, but then you've got this one here. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, that does look more like a medieval window, but of course it could always have been moved during the renovations. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this has always been in this place. This could be moved from that end of the building to this one. So more looking in, there's the remains of a fireplace, and again I'm thinking this is 17th century. But yeah, it's fascinating looking for clues like this. Here we're looking around the back of the building, the back of the tower that we think is 17th century. And you can see there's a little stone staircase running up here. That perhaps swings it back towards this being the medieval one actually, but again I'm not sure. Okay, a pathway right through the house here. There you can see the chimney stack. Here's the back of what we thought was the medieval tower. And possibly the remains of a guardrobe. Ah, yes, now here, yeah.
That's medieval.
Yeah, I think that's a clincher really. This is the ogre-headed trefoil, and that does look definitely as if it's in the right place. You could possibly climb onto the top wall, but we're not going to do that. I think that's taking the mickey a bit. And Yeah, and that's the end of our tour of Crake Tree's old tower. There isn't much documentary evidence about the place, but yeah, looks like a nice place to stay as well. We'll give them some free publicity. They do have a pizza restaurant on site for something to eat in the evening. And yeah, bye bye from Crake Trees. Saying bye bye.
Toodles.
Okay, we are at what remains of Almondbury Castle in West Yorkshire, and while this surround clearly isn't medieval, the actual well it's protecting is, and it's quite deep, I think, isn't it, Simon?
Well, let's test it. Ah! Sounds it, yeah.
Yep. Having said that,
There's a little stone here. That was about 2 seconds, that, before it hit the bottom.
okay. Now then, while this is the only feature that's left of the castle in terms of stonework, a lot of the earthworks around here date from the time of the medieval castle, so yeah, you can get a great idea of its scope. And the site has been used for millennia. It was originally an Iron Age fort, so there's a lot of archaeology that could still be done here to investigate the site. The most obvious feature now is the Victoria Tower, which is a Victorian folly. Now, I have been up it in the past, but Kirklees Council don't open it up very often. It seems quite haphazard. If you go on the website, it doesn't really give you any opening times or anything but the vaguest of dates. So, unless you keep checking, you need to take pot luck as to whether it will be open.
It's
but
not open today, by the way.
yeah, so yeah, and we'll give, I mean, the walk around the perimeter is absolutely enormous, but you get a wonderful view of Huddersfield. But yeah, it's a shame that there isn't a bit more of the medieval fabric left. Yes, the entrance door to the tower is up at the first story, so you can still get a decent view even from there. And you would imagine that the tower has been placed where the old keep of the castle was. Yeah, we can clearly see sort of Motte and Bailey, and if you don't look at the tower, you can imagine that this is the old keep still standing. So yeah, look at that, absolutely fantastic. What we're looking down there is the centre of Huddersfield, not much of which I guess would have been here at the time of the castle, but you can see this tower from pretty much anywhere in the town, not surprisingly. And yeah, just a shame that it's not available for us to climb. You can see up here the date was 1832 to 1897, so I'm not sure what that's commemorating. No, 1837 to 1897, so it is Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee, 60 years on the throne, since surpassed by Elizabeth II, of course.